What's up, world? It's your boy once again, Serpent20 Gaming, your favorite gaming commentator, as well as your favorite gaming entertainer, back with another video. Hit me up on Twitch, Google Plus, all that good shit will be down in the description box down below. And with that being said, y'all see the title. I'm gonna get right into it real quick. Fanboys are butthurt over the Gears of War 4 shit because we all know it flopped, but they're still trying to defend this shit, right? Now, what is it? Yesterday, I watched a few podcasts here and there. I actually watched the actual podcast about a fanboy that was getting all bent out of shape over this shit. And I thought I'd just put my 2 cents in this shit, right? And yeah. Now, for those who watched my last video about Gears, we all know physically it sold 617K. Overall, can't say worldwide, but basically overall. And when people are trying to tell these certain fanboys that it flopped, they're making it seem like it can't be flopped. They don't know the definition of flop. They're just going on a rampant about some dumbass shit right now. For the general senses, right? For it to not be a flop, it would have to sell 1 million, right? As I said previously in my other video. Now, for it to reach 617K off the first week in retail sales only, physical copies only, it's not bad, but in the general sense in this gaming community, it basically flopped. Now, I'm not saying it would never get to 1 million, but eventually it will get there, right? We just don't know when, and we don't know how many of the digital sales can tally up to make it a cool million. Now, people are saying, well, how do you know it flopped? We don't know if it sell 1 million. Listen, if Microsoft had this title sold at 1 million, they would have came out and said so. They would have said, oh, physical and digital sales, blah, 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 would have reached 1 million. We reach 1 million worldwide sold, blah, blah, blah. They would say something like that, right? Because they're quick to boast, just like Sony would be quick to boast if they reach 1 million within one of their titles within the first week. And these fanboys just don't get it that Gears of War 4 is one of their flagship titles, one of their largest, right? Compared to Forza, Halo, and it used to be Fable before they dropped it, right? So since that out of the way, so basically we got, instead of there being the 4, now we got the 3, right? And I just want to throw my 2 cents in here. For those who want to throw their 2 cents in this video or give out a video response, whatever, feel free and leave the comment section. You know, I don't block the comment section. You know what I mean? Y'all feel free, positive, negative, whatever. It doesn't matter to me, right? So feel free to put that shit in there. Now, in my opinion, I love Gears 4. That 617K doesn't reply to me because I didn't buy my shit physically. So I'm part of the digital, but we don't know how much Gears sold digitally after all the marketing. They put out a coalition and Microsoft put out a live event a couple of days early, telling you about the nitty gritty, all the things you would expect from a Gears franchise and shit, right? The characters, they had a couple of esports players playing multiplayer, going against each other. Rob Ferguson was giving out Xbox One's bundles and shit, Gears 4 bundles and all that shit. All that shit was popping, right? And come to find out, they're affecting now. Fanboys are saying that they have a weak install base, right? Now, yes, compared to Sony, yes, it's half, right? 50%, right? But out of that 20-something million, you mean to tell me they can't sell 1 million of one of their flagship titles? Now, again, we don't know how much they sold digitally. And like I said before, if it would reach 1 million between the digital and physical, if they summed up to 1 million, or more, Microsoft would have boasted that shit like a motherfucker. We would have heard it through all the media sites, IGN, Forbes, Kotaku. We would have heard all that shit, right? So for fanboys getting butthurt over that shit, let's be real, man. Like, it flopped physically. We just don't know if that digital added up to that million yet. That's it. That's all we know. But as far as we know, as far as the numbers that they gave us, right? We only know that they sold physically 617K. So yeah, I like shout out to Weapon Wheel podcast, all that shit. I was watching that shit and these Xbox were getting butt hurt over this shit. Now, I actually like the Xbox in question, right? I actually like him, right? But lately he's been saying some kind of like all kinds of reckless shit. He's been attacked on Twitter, all that shit, right? And I get it, right? You want to defend the plastic of choice, right? You want to defend that, but if you got to defend it, you got to defend it in the right way where it makes sense, right? If it flopped, it flopped. Just move on. Like, just say, look, we don't know shit. We don't know if it sold 1 million digitally, kept it moving, right? We don't know how many sales they got digitally, kept it moving, right? But he just kept going on and on and on and on and on and on about this shit. And it got to a point, like, I was in the chat, basically just like, listen, like, it flopped. You guys don't, like, when it comes to Microsoft, you guys that love Microsoft, you guys don't support your fucking exclusives, man. And for people who have common sense or people who believe that Microsoft is going to go downhill, especially when you have IPs, whether they're brand new or old, like, if you don't support your shit, like, obviously motherfuckers will get to a point where they're not going to push out games, right? People get mad because some of their games are not into the nominees of the Game Awards that's going to come out within 11 days from now. And you know what I mean? Like, it's you guys' fault for that shit. You guys' fault. Y'all, you know, y'all Microsoft fanboys. Like, it's you guys' fault for that shit. You know, for not getting those sales up there for people to actually take consideration of putting y'all certain titles in that shit and in the nominations and shit. So you guys' fault for that. Quantum Break came out, flopped. Record came out, flopped. Now Gears, now physically, yeah, it flopped. We don't know digitally yet. We don't have those numbers, right? So, and that's just to name a few. Name a few of those IPs, like, and two of those is fucking new, right? So, you know, I believe what Forza's in there. I think Forza's in the nominations, but that's about it. You know what I mean? And who they got to compete against? Just other fucking sports titles. Cause I think they're matching sports with the racing and putting it together in one nomination, right? Forza has have no competition really. You know, Gran Turismo's not out yet. I think they did Drive Club last year, so there's nothing going against that shit really, racing wise. So that's basically all you got. I will be putting up a video with all the nominations and give you guys who I believe will go to win the award, as well as what I believe, what game I believe should win, and I'm gonna give you reasons why and all that. But that's it, man. That's all I'm gonna have for this video. Please sub to my channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you want to. I could really care less. Shout out to all the people who've been riding with me since day one. Shout out to the people who've been subbing to me lately. I really do appreciate you guys, man. Real talk. And shout out to the people who've been commenting on my video saying I do good shit. I want to keep it up. Please share the video if you think I do good shit, right? Just please share it. I really will appreciate that. And I will also give you a shout out as well. Don't worry about that. And that's it. I'm out of here. Peace out. Have a good one.